out there? Looks like some people working. Hey, Phyllis. What's up, guys? Hey, welcome. So I'm going to be talking about mastering chaos cycles, and I'm applying it to crypto. But hold up. Most of these talks suck, so I want to set some stakes. If you pay attention and you follow along, you're going to get 30 minutes back per day in 20 minutes for whatever you want. So this is what mastering chaos is. It's actually mastering your own time, right? As long as it's not evil, right? So you can do it for whatever you want, but not evil. Let's get started. First, who dis? My name's Peter DePaulo. The one thing we're going to be talking about, 3 secrets about it, and then also right now we're launching a new book. That's what we're doing at ETHDenver. Let's dive in. That's the book, Chaos Cycle Management, and it's essentially a way for you to build a life inside of a very fast-paced industry without compromising on your values. That's what we're doing in this book. So yeah, let's talk about my impressive backgrounds. I started a company in college, ended up doing stuff at Stanford, got very technical, worked in oncology data, worked on NFT contract standards, and this is my first non-technical talk. So most of the time I'm talking about things like, port forwarding, or like stuff that I now think is kind of boring. So I went through the archetypical founder arc, the founder story, hit a brick wall, going about 110 miles an hour, metaphorically, burn out horribly, and now I help people fix that. So if you want to judge me based on my background, all these brands, I worked on all this stuff, worked for, all this stuff. Helped build Near, did stuff for AWS, worked with the Wu-Tang Clan, did partnerships with Intel, NFT hip-hops, Roche, Pfizer, Google, Clojure, built ETL stuff, Harvard, Stanford. You get the idea. Who cares? This is actually me. I like to overshare. This is my dog, Bosco, and this is me doing upward dog, surprise picture as I was doing yoga in the park that my wife took of me. So I like that embarrassing picture. So let's talk about what I'm working on now. I call it time alchemy, the magic and science of mastering time. And I love this meme because it's like, who's really stealing my time? Shoot, it's me. I'm sort of the problem and the solution all in one. And that's really what we're talking about right now, right? So this is also me now, right? Clearly a perfectly enlightened being with no problems. No, just kidding. But I do want to talk about mastering the chaos, right? So we're going to talk about what a chaos cycle is, specific to crypto, how they work with bear markets and bull markets, and then how to fix it for yourself. So most of this is personal information that you can apply in your life today, like in this 20-minute presentation, right? So let's talk about it. A chaos cycle is a boom and a bust cycle. Right? And in crypto, you guys know, like some people say, 1 year in the real world is 7 years in crypto, right? We're 7 times faster than in any other industry. And I care mostly about this, which is that they affect you personally. And I don't know why it's played out this way in our culture. I mean, in our ecosystems culture, as she mentioned, I've been in crypto for almost 10 years. And it's really, really disappointing to see that again and again, these people come into the ecosystem, they'll ask everybody for advice, they're really excited, I give them advice, maybe I invest in their company, and then I watch them skyrocket, and they succeed, and they're crushing it, and then, well, I think a lot of you know what happens next, right? So you have this boom cycle, that's where we're starting. Hard work, we're gonna win, we're gonna build the future, decentralize everything, we're gonna put cats on the blockchain, we're gonna put rats on the blockchain, we're gonna put houses on the blockchain, right? Whatever. We build, and it's great, and it's fun. It's satisfying, and then we overwork. And then burnout, anxiety, depression, and those are like the things we sweep behind the, the curtains, under the rug. And then bust. And then what happens? People in these situations, they go to Panama, they go to Mexico, and they hide for a month. I did this, right? My last company, we were valued at, I think, $120 million pre-product. And my co-founding team, like, the tension was so high. We were overworked. My CTO quit. I had no idea what I was gonna do. So I fucked off to Mexico. Sorry for cussing. I was forced to rest. I couldn't work. I recovered. But then what happened? I saw another boom cycle coming. I was like, well, okay, I could get back on this donkey. Or maybe I could get off, right? And this is what it looks like. It's not your fault. This isn't you doing this. This is not something that you are even responsible for. But there are things that you are responsible for. That's the secrets, and that's what I'm going to be talking about. So in crypto, you got a bull market, and then money starts entering these ecosystems, right? Chain abstraction, it's really cool. It's getting a lot of money right now. Data availability, it's getting a lot of money right now, right? Then what happens? Over deployment of capital. And then what happens? Overpricing, AKA a bubble, right? That's what a bubble actually is a gap between the real measurable value of a thing and the price of the thing, like theoretically. Okay, then you have a bear market, this market correction, no money, and you get this survival mode founder. I've been that too. The survival mode founder is probably my favorite because they're the ones who build the bull market, right? And there's a way to do this without having this, cycle of devastation. And here's AI. I asked AI to make this. They didn't get all of the pieces correct, but it looks cool, so I put it in the slide deck. So, okay, how can you fix it? There are 3 secrets. First, how to get more done in less time without feeling like poo, right? So it's like, oh wait, I thought we were talking about macro trends in crypto. We are. It starts with you working on your life, your schedule. Yeah, she gets it. Secret 2, how to gain control without being a jerk. This is the other founder pattern, which is like, oh man, all of my investors are telling me what to do, so I'm just gonna be a jerk back. All of my employees have expectations of me, so I'm gonna be a jerk to them, right? All of my friends are telling me I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm gonna be a jerk, right? Assertiveness comes out as aggression. And this is for hackers, this is for people new to the ecosystem, right? And then how to apply all of this to get that 30 minutes back per day, right? And at the end of the day, all you have is time. And how you spend your time is how you spend your attention, right? And where you point your attention is what grows in the world. So let's dive in. We think we need to do more work to get more done. Like that sounds so intuitive, but it's not actually true, right? So it's all about energy and priority management. So 40% of people in the United States do not get enough sleep. A lack of sleep causes focus to decline, which causes retention to decline. So if you're learning something, you're gonna learn it at like a way, way lower rate. If you're trying to accomplish tasks and you have lower focus, it's gonna be hard to context switch. So the average context switch penalty, meaning the time to get back on task, is 23 minutes if you get distracted. And guess what the average number of distractions per minute is in the United States? The average rate of distractions. It's once every 3 minutes. So like putting this math together, you have 60% of people, 40% of all people in the workforce are not sleeping enough, they're under-focused, they're getting distracted every 3 minutes, and every distraction costs 23 minutes on average. How does that even, like I looked at this math, this is from, mostly from Bain, this research, and I was like, how is this even possible? Is anyone getting anything done? So it feels like we need to work more, right? We're constantly battling to stay focused, our energy is diffused, and we have bad sleep. But what I've learned is focus on your priorities and values. Like really, this is like the keystone thing right here. Write them down, what you actually really, really care about, right? And the subtitle of this is, finding your place in the crypto ecosystem. Well, in order to find your place, you need to find yourself, your values, your priorities, right? And so this is the first exercise, is write down your 3 to 5 priorities. And by the way, I tell founders in my portfolio, I tell startups I have advised, I tell software engineers that I have mentored to do this. And the rate is like maybe 1 in 4 actually does. And I can tell you from firsthand experience over the last 10 years, I mean, and I've been in tech for even longer than that the people that do this have a tendency, at least correlatively, to succeed at what they're trying to do because they know what they're trying to accomplish. So That's secret number one, right? Here's the core strategy. For a given priority, set a very easy goal. I want to read the original Bitcoin white paper. Strictly define success. I'm going to read 3 pages of the white paper by next week. Be flexible in the execution. I'm going to read 3 pages of the Bitcoin white paper by next week, but I don't care when I do it. You could read the 3 pages today. You've accomplished the goal. These goals, this iterator, this core strategy, builds on itself. Focusing on your priorities and momentum ends up leading to a mountain of work done in less time per day. So make it easy. Strictly define success and flexecute. Be flexible in the execution. I have a couple other tools too. So secret number 2, we think things outside of us control our times and our lives, right? This is that graph, the boom and bust cycle. Do they? This is called the internal locus of control versus the external locus of control. So this is from psychology, and usually the psychology of neurosis. People with an external locus of control believe that the world is happening to them. Sometimes it's called a victim mentality. It sounds a little judgmental, so maybe you are a victim, okay? But you can change your mind. How do you do it? This is how. This is from Balaji's brother, by the way, for you Twitter addicts. List, rank, iterate. So if you don't know what's within your control, start writing it down. Write down a list of things within your control. Oh my gosh, my portfolio's down 80%. What do you have control over? You could go outside. You could write an email. You could post a Twitter post, right? You just start listing them, then you rank them. Well, going outside will calm me down. Writing that Twitter post and sending it to all my friends will get more attention. Maybe I can pump the token. And then you do each of the things after they are ranked. Are you seeing a theme? Values. Right? And number 3, we think we don't have enough time for all of the things that we want to do. So I want to give you a very concrete tool. If you want to follow along, you can scan this. We call it 96 blocks. This is taking a 24-hour day with 4 columns and breaking it into 15 minutes. Your entire day can be broken into 15 minutes, okay? And you can get these links from me afterwards if you don't want to do it now. It's a spreadsheet template. Surprise, it's not some crazy roll-up layer link. I'm used to linking things that people are going to go, sign. The way this works is all of your activities form a legend. Those little boxes show each 15-minute block, right? So this is someone I actually worked with, right? A demigod, but I'm not going to say who because of confidentiality, right? This is their life. They actually don't work as much as they tell other people. They really value spending time with their newborn child. So that's the purple time. And then they noticed that they weren't spending very much time eating. It's just these 15-minute and half-an-hour blocks. And so what did we do? We just looked at this. That's most of the work, right? You write the categories. This is the paper tool, so you can use this as well. You can do it on a piece of paper, just draw it out. Same exercise. Categories of time, blocks of time, writing the letter in each of those 15-minute blocks, and what hour you wake up is a great place to start. This is in the book, by the way. So you write out the categories, you create a list of every hour, you break each hour of the day into 15 minutes, and you fill in the cells with the corresponding key to the category. And then what do? You go, oh no. Oh, sorry, it's supposed to be secret 2. Oh no, this is how I'm actually spending my time. That's what every one of my clients says to me now. Oh no, every one of my founders in my portfolio, every one of the people that I've coached, everyone that I've worked with, oh no is the next thing after they do this exercise. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? So this is how you weave all of these things together, right? You figure out your priorities. You write them down. You rank them, and then you iterate through them, right? Any kind of gaps you have in your priorities, when you look at your life as 96 blocks of time, you can negotiate with, right? And by the way, that's how you can look at your internal locus of control. Your time is entirely in your hands. And if you don't believe me, try this out for yourself. In fact, don't believe me. Give it a shot. See what happens if you just start looking at this. Write your priorities. Write how you spend your time. See if there's a gap. Write your priorities. Write how you spend your time. See if there's a gap. That's it. You can use this core strategy to make sure you attain the goal. And the core strategy is make it easy, strictly define success, stay flexible in execution, and make it sassy. That's for ETHDenver. So if you take this pattern on a week iterator for your life, it will, I promise, completely change your perception of this chaos cycle that I was talking about. All of a sudden, you're going to find that you have much more time for things that you love to do. All of a sudden, you're going to realize that that other thing that your boss put on your plate, or your investor put on your plate, or your co-founder put on your plate, actually, it's not that important for your team. So you can tell them no, and you'll have evidence for why, right? So when I say finding your place in crypto, and I'm talking about chaos cycle management, I'm actually just saying, hey, here's a way to find your place in the world, right? Starting with you, starting with who you are, starting with what you want, and figuring out how, is it actually what I want? Being gentle with yourself and not being like, yo, bro, I'm working those 996s. I'm working 100 hours a week. That's the culture that we're in. And you have control to change it. And yeah, make it sassy. In whatever way you want to. Okay, here's the free ebook. I will leave this up. That is essentially my talk. I'll leave this up for now. If you're really curious about this, it's free only for ETHDenver, and we're going to leave this link up for 2 weeks. You can come and hit me up over there. I can tell you how to use it. Yeah, I'll leave this QR code up for 30 seconds. When we wrote this book, it was informed by 2 years of research on personality psychology that me and my co-founder from MIT put together. We took 35 million records of big 5 personality data, and we started running k-means clustering on them. I know I said it was a non-technical talk, but just for the nerds in the audience. And we found some really interesting correlative, behavioral, predictive patterns. What does that mean? Based on personality, we were able to predict what people's inclinations towards certain behaviors were. And so we took all of that and made these ridiculously simple to use tools, and we put it in this little, like, 30-page workbook. And this is the program that we offer to people. But that's it. You can follow me on all sorts of media at Behaviary. And all of the links that are in this talk are at yourname.u.yoga. So one cool thing about being technical is I wrote a little wildcard domain port forwarding proxy server. So you can put your name in. It'll log to a server. And then you can get the links at my link tree. That's it. You get 2 minutes back early. So thank you for your time. And then, yeah, if you have questions, we can take them off stage. Thank you very much. Thank you.